Hello friends, Neil here, EMF Safety Zone channel. It's been a long time since I've done a video. Haven't done very many of them because I feel like I've covered a lot in the videos that I've already done. But people have been asking me to show what a cell phone does when it's put on airplane mode. And I feel that's a really important video that I should have got to you a long time ago. So basically, here's a very quick video. Now you're looking at the acoustometer obviously on the right, and this acoustometer is turned on, so you can see I'm in a completely non-wireless environment. You see a tiny little blip of green on the left side of the meter showing up periodically because the cell phone is leaking out some amount of radiation, but right now the cell phone is on airplane mode. I'll show you what happens when I take it off of airplane mode. Alright, so basically, I'm just turning the volume down. Basically, people are carrying their cell phones around all day long, ready to receive calls, ready to text, and this is the radiation. You can see the radiation topping the meter out in terms of peak signal strength. And it's getting up to 2,500 to 5,000 microwatts per square meter on average power density. And this is going into a person's body all day long, even when the cell phone's sitting on the passenger seat of your car. This is basically the radiation that everybody is exposing themselves to, even when they're not using the phone. Now, I come back and I put the phone back on airplane mode, and you can see the meter stops registering any microwave radiation. So I think this simple test will show you that the safest way to use a cell phone is to carry it with you during the day and put it on airplane mode. And then when you want to use the phone to receive some calls or to make some calls or to get your messages, then take it off of airplane mode and use it, and then put it back on airplane mode. So once again, this is an excellent test here because I am in a non-wireless environment. And I do see a tiny little blip of green showing up on the meter here. I don't know if you could, yep, there you go. So the phone is leaking a little bit of radiation. I don't know what that's about. However, as you can see, this is much better carrying the phone on airplane mode than when airplane mode is off and you're carrying your phone around naturally, and you can see that the phone is constantly exchanging data with a local cell tower, and this would be radiating through a person's body, whether it's in your purse, whether it's in your front or your back pocket, whether it's in your shirt pocket. This radiation is breaking through the blood-brain barrier and through the gut-brain barrier. So I would definitely suggest learning the very, very good habit, or practicing the very, very good habit of carrying your phone around on airplane mode until you're ready to use it. All right, I hope this is a good video for you and it was a little educational. Thank you so much.
Of the 7 billion people on Earth, roughly 6 billion own a cell phone, which is pretty shocking given that only 4.5 billion have access to a working toilet. So how are these popular gadgets changing your body and brain? If you're looking down at your phone right now, your spine angle is equivalent to that of an 8-year-old child sitting on your neck, which is fairly significant considering people spend an average of 4.7 hours a day looking at their phone. This, combined with the length of time spent in front of computers, has led to an increase in the prevalence of myopia or nearsightedness in North America. In the 1970s, about 1/4 of the population had myopia, where today nearly half do, and in some parts of Asia, 80 to 90% of the population is now nearsighted. And it can be hard to put your phone down. Take for example the game Candy Crush. As you play the game, you achieve small goals, causing your brain to be rewarded with little bursts of dopamine, and eventually you're rewarded in the game with new content. This novelty also gives little bursts of dopamine and together create what is known as a compulsion loop, which just happens to be the same loop responsible for the behaviors associated with nicotine or cocaine. Our brains are hardwired to make us novelty seeking, and this is why apps on our phones are designed to constantly provide us with new content, making them hard to put down. As a result, 93% of young people aged 18 to 29 report using their smartphone as a tool to avoid boredom, as opposed to other activities like reading a book or engaging with people around them. This has created a new term, nomophobia, the fear or anxiety of being without your phone. We also see a change in brain patterns. Alpha rhythms are commonly associated with wakeful relaxation, like when your mind wanders off, whereas gamma waves are associated with conscious attentiveness. And experiments have shown that when a cell phone is transmitting, say during a phone call, the power of these alpha waves is significantly boosted, meaning phone transmissions can literally change the way your brain functions. Your smartphone can also disrupt your sleep. The screen emits a blue light which has been shown to alter our circadian rhythms, diminishing the time spent in deep sleep, which is linked to the development of diabetes, cancer, and obesity. Studies have shown that people who read on their smartphone at night have a harder time falling asleep and produce less melatonin, a hormone responsible for the regulation of sleep-wake cycles. Harvard Medical School advises the last 2 to 3 hours before bed be technology-free, so pick up a book before bed instead. Of course, smartphones also completely change our ability to access information, most notably in poor and minority populations. 7% of Americans are entirely dependent on smartphones for their access to the internet. A 2014 study found that the majority of smartphone owners use their phone for online banking, to look up medical information, and searching for jobs. So while phones are in no way exclusively bad and have been part of a positive change in the world, there's no denying that they are changing us.